Pokemon, doing the stuff, doing the things. With the stuff. Yeah, I don't know. Do your. I'll catch up eventually. You can whenever you're ready to.
Okay. Hello, and welcome back to Seropie'sShelf. I'm your host, Seropie, and joining me once again is Star-Lord. Say hi, Star-Lord.
Hi, Star-Lord.
There we go. And we're jumping right back into Pokemon Red version. Now, it's been a little while. It's been just a little while.
It's been quite a while. It's entirely my fault.
It's not entirely your fault.
I'm a terrible human being, and the world should know.
It's only been like 2 months, something like that.
Yeah, it's just 2 months.
Just 2 months.
You know,
That's
fine. Just a 1/6 of the year. You know, it's fine.
But we're back here, so that's the important part. We haven't
right.
taken care of the Snorlax. Are we catching the Snorlax?
I think, I don't know. I
Got some great balls.
have a vague memory of bringing it up, but I don't know. The Snorlax is super overused, and I know that you have this whole thing about, overused Pokemon.
Well, I just like to use different ones, I guess, I just realized the carrot's eyes are on its flower in this sprite, which is not even close to anywhere near its actual anatomical reality. So that's fun.
Try not to think about it. Yeah, it just gets worse.
It's oh, I do have to actively use the flute. Okay. Get a cute little song. Do you still not hear anything?
Oh yeah, no, I have absolutely no game audio, but again, trust me, it's all up here in the steel trap.
Lovely. Okay. But so we've got, it's level 30, right? It's like, yeah, it's like a decent Snorlax that probably this Lapras shouldn't be trying to take on. But
we're so well prepared for this.
So we know exactly what's happening.
We are so well prepared.
Nope. I tried to use rest. Should we? Well, no, it's gonna.
Snorlax is. It's got a. It's just vibing out in a, like, how do I say this in a nice way? A provocative pose over there. No.
Yeah, it's got the legs up in the air, and it's like.
It's giving like Sabrina Carpenter, like Juno, like.
Juno with Sabrina Carpenter. Like Sabrina Carpenter, yeah, go for that. But Juno is like the movie from hey, it was a critical hit. Oh no.
No, I'm not going for the movie Juno. Sabrina Carpenter, as a part of her tour, does this she has a song I think is called Juno. And in it she tends to, there's a certain point where she assumes certain positions that you might be familiar with in the bedroom.
Gotcha.
To put gently. And Snorlax is just out here getting it. That's all I'm saying.
Snorlax is having a great time. He is in the bedroom because
Snorlax
he is a sleepy boy.
Snorlax makes anywhere his bedroom.
Everywhere and anywhere. How many Pokeballs am I gonna throw at the Snorlax? How many should I give it?
Oh, what is the over-under? I don't know. Snorlax has a low catch rate, I believe, but not like a super low catch rate.
That sounds right to me. Also, Razor Leaf is critting every single time it hits, so that's pretty cool. See? See, it's happening. It was even a low roll, and it still crit.
God, what a world we live in.
I've got 7 more. Should I use all 7, or should I try to save it for something else? Oh my god, it keeps waking up also. Can you stop waking up after 2 turns every single time?
This might just be a sign. Maybe Snorlax isn't the vibe.
Special throws. I'm afraid I'm gonna Vine Whip it now, and it's gonna just absolutely tank it. Oh. Huh. We got a Snorlax. That's cool.
Hey! I can hear the catch music playing in my head. Don't you worry.
Just eats and sleeps. As it builds bulk. Why is it building bulk? It's a bodybuilder.
Yeah, it's getting jacked over here.
It is going to be our, in case anything happens, here's this extra Pokemon, as opposed to just Paris. Because it's just been Paris.
Paris is that guy. I feel like you're underestimating our boy Paris.
Is Paris level 12 because it took something out at some point, I feel like? I don't remember. I have
Paris
no idea.
definitely came in clutch. I think it was in like a gym. Just for like a switch out, it like survived a couple of turns and it had absolutely no business surviving or something. Something to that effect.
Oh no. Let's just wing it. That's the thing I was gonna use.
No.
Oh, okay. Well, it's fine. Don't disable me while I'm in the
Catch
please.
'em all.
Yeah,
Wow. So yeah, what else? What's changed in your world since we last did this? Tell me everything.
So much.
Enlighten your viewers.
I recently hurt myself pretty stupidly. I was carving a turkey. No, I wasn't. I was carving a chicken, and this.
No, I wasn't.
I was carving a chicken, and this chicken was frozen. And so I put it in the oven. I was like, obviously you can't carve a frozen chicken, you know, like you gotta wait a little bit, you know, because you're not gonna be able to put the knife into the chicken. And so I, you know, just sensible things. So I put the chicken into the oven for, I don't know, 20 minutes, and then I took it out, and I was like, all right, now it's time for carving. And I was actively carving it, and the knife got free of the chicken and found purchase in my finger. And
Ooh.
And so that was...
It found a purchase, did it?
found purchase in my finger.
Good lord.
So now I've got this cool... well, it's still actively healing, so it's not a scar yet. But I've got this cool looking scar to be on my finger. So that's fun. Don't cut things when they're still frozen. Is the lesson of the story.
I will put that right into the shelf in my brain where I keep all the rest of my unused advice. I will continue to cut all kinds of food remarkably inappropriately and with absolutely zero safety precautions. Thank you very much.
Going to actively seek out a frozen chicken next time. You're going to say, I have this chicken available, but I need to freeze it first before I'm allowed to carve into it.
Well, no, working in restaurants, even when you're not in the kitchen, you know, like behind the bar, you'll end up, you know, cutting fruit for garnishes and getting ready for the day. And no one ever taught me knife skills in my life. And so now as a full-grown adult, even when people do try to correct me, I've become too stubborn, too set in my ways. And so I am constantly risking several of my appendages at any given time while I'm getting ready for the day.
You do cut a lot of things in your just work in your daily schedule.
Yeah, like all the time. And yeah, it takes me far too long. But you know, here we are. Like I said, I'm too stubborn. I'm too set in my ways. It's too late for me, and you know, all three of my fingers that I have left. Haha, just kidding. You guys can't see me.
3 on 1 hand.
No, no, I am speaking to an audience. It's super cool that you know, there are at least a handful of people out there who have responded, you know, well to these videos, even if I do spend multiple episodes in a row talking about how terrible I sound. People are still tuning in. They're still interested. How's the Doom series going?
Terrible.
What do you mean terrible?
So I put out a video, and in a week it got 0 views. So
no.
Yeah, actual 0. But I mean, that's fine. It's fine. It's like,
To be fair, like Pokemon is Pokemon. You know what I mean? Like
yes,
there's always an audience for this game.
right. Like if there's going to be any game that is going to actually like get people attracted to my channel and like they will actually want to interact with it regularly, it will be this game. Like it's not going to be
Yeah.
maybe not this game, but I mean it worked pretty well with red version. Like before we took a month and a half long hiatus, is like it
I'm
did pretty
sorry,
well.
okay? I'm sorry.
Well, who knows? We'll see what happens with this. If people just kind of jump right back, if they're like, oh hey, this guy's doing Pokemon again. But
Here they come back.
if it's not like we were doing, it's not like I was even breaking 100 views on a video. Which, if I broke 100 views on a video, I would be absolutely ecstatic. But I don't know how many people are going to be retaining that. Like how many people...
You hear that, people? Hey, you listen to me right now. We break 100 views on this video. I take Seropie out for a nice dinner, all right? And I won't even cut off any of my fingers. So let's go. Watch it up. Bring your friends. Bring your family. Also, people have to come back because I need validation for when we get to Gen 3 and I can start schooling you on Pokemon knowledge. That's because I need a win. Just one win.
Do I tell him that Gen 3 is my home generation? That's the thing that
You know what? Get wrecked. I don't even care. I don't even care. All right, that's my home generation, and you're not ready for this.
It's a great generation. It's just the one that I have probably actually 10,000 hours on. Granted, 10,000 hours as a child, but it's
Yeah. It's just like riding a bike.
just like riding a bike. I don't know if that's true.
I don't know. Yeah. Well, I mean, just ask this guy. He gets it. He knows.
Kaboom.
Or honestly, any of these weirdos out here, any of these.
If this guy is a cue ball
members,
look at his belt buckle. His belt buckle looks like a Bellsprout, and I'm very confused about that. Is that supposed to be the seat underneath him?
Is this? No, I think it's supposed to be like I don't know, a very stripped down generic version of like a bowl on like an
athletic
down
cup.
south. No. No, like a belt buckle that's got like one of the skull or the outline of like a bull's face, right?
Oh. I did not get that. Okay, that makes sense.
I was just say we can make this the episode of provocative Pokemon if you want. I mean, I could, I'm down for whatever.
I mean, we are going
we can
to
start talking about Machop's weird little ribs or the fact that Carrot still needs a haircut. But I mean, it's fine. It's whatever.
I really love how
I'm
you see
okay.
Carrot's eyes like all the way in the front. It's so funny to me. Like you barely see his eyes. It's just they're so far forward.
No, I think Carrot's the most emo, full-grown Pokemon I've ever seen, and I just think that we raised him to present himself as better than that. That's all.
He's going through a phase. Everyone has their
No,
phases.
listen, a phase is fine, but I don't know. I feel like he's settling into a lifestyle over there. I just don't know if I approve.
Well, he's only level 41, so or 40. I think he just became level 40, so he's still got time.
I think that means he's middle aged.
Well, this is a thing that's definitely confirmed within the Pokemon universe, is that age does not equal level or evolution.
That is true. Yeah, maturity, if you will.
Do you think Lapras can fight this Grimer and win? Should I have Lapras fight this Grimer?
Yeah, I mean, Grimer is a statistically terrible Pokemon, and Lapras is OPAF.
We're both gonna miss our status moves. There we go. Cool.
Iconic.
Excellent. All right.
Good old Gen 1.
Good old Gen 1. All right.
Yeah, so I mean, we were talking a little bit about this earlier, but yeah, I have to try to get myself back into this generation of Pokemon, like that mindset, even though I was never particularly good at it to begin with. Yeah, hi.
Jesus.
But no, Pokemon TCG Pocket is all the rage right now. You won't play it. You hate me. You don't want to be my friend. I understand.
I genuinely
yeah,
don't think of it. Like, I should just, obviously not right now because we're recording, but when the next time that I see you, just like take out my phone and be like, you're downloading this and I will play it.
No, I'm pulling up with the strap. I'm gonna hold it to your face, and I'm gonna make you download this game.
Yeah, there you go.
I hope that you and your friends and family are all comfortable with that.
Well, that's what's gonna happen. So
yeah,
I'm prepared
it's
for
happening.
it.
It's happening. I don't make threats. I make promises. You know what I'm saying? No, but this game is really cool, and it's very satisfying from like a collector point of view, and it looks stunning. The cards are gorgeous. There's a handful, not to spoil anything for anyone, but there's a handful of animated cards, like some ultra rare like animated cards, and there is a battling system in this game, like a card game style battling system, which is still new.
Is it just the
but
Pokemon
is-
TCG?
Yeah, for this limited set that they have out right now. It's only one set. This game, like, it's still gaining traction too, which I think is super cool. People are still just finding out about it. So I think this app could get like big, huge, massive, just like maybe not just like Pokemon Go. Although, speaking of which, have you heard the news about Niantic and the hot water that they've been in over the last couple of months?
I'm not. No, I didn't know that Niantic.
Um,
Well, because they're the ones who made Pokemon Go, right? But they also made a couple of other Pokemon games, right?
yeah. Well, so unless I'm mistaken, it might. I thought Niantic was like the map portion of that game. No.
Okay, that sounds right to me. It's been a very long time since I've heard the name Niantic or like really done anything with it. So.
Yeah. Niantic Labs' Niantic spatial platform unlocks the potential of spatial intelligence to transform how people and machines understand and interact with the physical world.
So it's the AR.
So
stuff.
yes, that's very much the spatial integrated portion of that game. So here's the thing, going into playing Pokemon Go back in the day, I don't know if you remember, but there were, all kinds of people were out playing this game in force. It was a global phenomenon.
Yeah.
But there was some flack and there were some critics talking about the location sharing and the data tracking and privacy and stuff like that. And here's the thing, we all signed off on it. Like, any one of us that played that game signed off on it, regardless of whether we fully understood the risks, partially understood the risks, or didn't bother to read the risks at all. We all freaking played this game.
So I would imagine 98% of people didn't understand the risks or didn't care to look
sure.
into them.
That being said, there were, a number of steps along the way where people could learn about like how location and data sharing worked. But anyways, Niantic has been catching some flack over the last couple of weeks, or maybe like month or two now, for the way that they are, as I understand it, sharing and selling not just like where people are in any given moment, but like the pathways that they choose. And I think they're selling it specifically for targeted advertising, as I understand it, which I know is kind of a hot topic and debate just in personal privacy and online intelligence and so on and so forth. But that's kind of freaky. It's kind of scary.
And that makes
You know.
sense. Like if you're gonna try to monetize anything on that, that's how you're gonna have to monetize it, right? If you're gonna be like,
Yeah.
hey, here's a place where a whole bunch of people are walking at a given time. Here's their
these
daily
patterns.
routes,
Yeah.
right? Where can you put a billboard? Where can you put advertising to
Yep.
get them?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and also the AR for if you were, if you ever turn your camera on to, catch a Pokemon like in the wild, either for, photographic achievements or just to, do it, be more immersed, like that stuff, as I understand it, is being sold. And, yeah, I don't know. It's the way that I kind of look at like cybersecurity is that like, yes, there are things that you can do to be smart with your own information and, not, generally saving super personal information onto, you know, um, hard drives or, God forbid, a cloud.
God
Pen and
forbid.
paper is always king. But any intelligence agency that wants to find my information, they're gonna find it. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of how I look at it.
Right.
It's like it's already out there. It's been out there. And if anyone's trying to, rob me, have fun with the, $30 in my checking account at any given time.
Enjoy your ice cream.
Yeah, enjoy your, Friday night out at the movies. Like, have fun with your large, like, extra buttered popcorn. You do you. But I don't know. I'm probably a little too loosey-goosey about it. I know I have a number of friends, people that work in cybersecurity and data collection, who are a little bit more like in the know and who are a little bit more, conscientious about that kind of stuff. Where do you lean as far as data sharing and that kind of stuff?
I mean, I don't show my face on my YouTube channel, but I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not too stringent about it just because I know that for myself, like, have fun. You're not going to find anything that's going to destroy my life, I hope.
Right.
But
right.
I'm sure that everybody who's had their lives destroyed that way.
When you're not a piece of garbage, you know what I mean?
It really does. It makes things so much easier where you could just be like,
makes things so much easier.
The only kids that I want to hug are the ones that are mine and nobody else's.
So there it is. We're there. We've gone there. Tell me more about the kids that you want to hug. Go ahead. Everyone's listening.
The ones that I have in the future, like my dog right now is the only one, but it's like it's so difficult. I guess it's really, really important, right? People need to have their space. They need to have their privacy. They need to make sure that they're able to function in a way that makes them feel like emotionally secure. The problem is that it's really easy to put on that air, right? Like you can act as though you are operating in a way where you are keeping their information secure, and even though the person is browsing or is participating in something like online that maybe, in 10 years, think about all the various words that you used to be able to say on the internet, like on YouTube, that were said all the time, back in 2009 that now are not really looked on favorably, and like
just words that were just part of like everyday slang. And mind you, like words that like we all knew, back in the day were offensive, but
and that's
again,
why
that
they
just
were used
fit into day to day. Yeah.
Like it was supposed to be jarring. It was supposed to be exciting, and then it became more than that, right? Like it grew.
Right.
Not saying that they weren't already, because that's the whole point, is that they were, but then with the wider use of them, people became more sensitive to them, and it became a thing that no longer was allowed. And that's
also fair enough. People are allowed to change their viewpoints, instances, and any group or individual at any given time, as far as I'm concerned, is allowed to make like a declaration of, You know, like, hey, I don't like this. Like, people, you're allowed to change your standpoint on that, and we just have to adapt.
Yeah.
It's not like it's a massive inconvenience or anything. It's the easiest thing in the world to be, respectful.
Right. It's like, it really isn't hard, but it is hard to predict how those things are going to change. So these things that used to be perfectly okay and part of everyday parlance, right? And I'm using this as an example. I'm not saying that it's like oh, this is the only way that the internet has changed, right? Obviously the internet has changed massively.
Right.
And so with certain technologies that are really in their infancy right now, AI being an example, quantum computing being another example, things that are currently secure, are currently very safe, are starting to appear significantly less safe. AI being kind of more of a dramatic example because it's been getting a lot of attention in the news. But quantum computing really is it's going to take another 10, 15, 20 years before it gets to the point where it's really effective. That's something that I think is really going to revolutionize how it is that we do anything, because there are so many things that are so easy to break with quantum computing that we do currently that are very important cybersecurity things. And there are all of these pushes from these big governmental bodies that are afraid of that, right? AI is the more present, is the more appealing, is the sexier threat right now, but there are going to be different threats and things are going to change. And AI, maybe it's going to be amazing in 10, 15 years, or maybe it's going to plateau. Like, nobody thought.
I mean, you never know. I mean, I don't know. I'm probably being a little extreme in my assessment that, like, we're already living in a world where, Minority Report type, tracking and, like AI awareness is already out there. But I don't know, you were alluding earlier to, the things that people can do to make themselves feel safe. I don't know, again, maybe I'm being a little too hardcore about this, but as far as I'm concerned, those are... It's nice to be able to tell yourself whatever you need to tell yourself to feel safe, to feel comfortable. But again, as like from my standpoint, like it's, anyone that's trying to come after my habits or patterns or track where I go at any given time, like they already have the power to do that, and I don't really think there's any stopping them.
Yeah,
which is terrifying, but I think it's also a healthy reality for people to be aware of. Not to, take this Pokemon video down a dark pathway over here, but
I think that's absolutely true. And this is a conversation that I have with my mom specifically a lot, because it really freaks her out that she'll be having a conversation with her friends and they'll mention something. They'll mention some sort of product or something happening politically, and then she'll get advertisements that are based around that thing. Like she'll get she'll get advertisements for that product, or she'll get like a news story that's about that particular political development. And this absolutely freaks her out. And she brings this up to me and my sister, and we just both go, yeah, isn't it cool? Like, we have the totally opposite reaction, where it's like, we know that our phones are listening to us, and that's fine. Like, it's fine because there isn't a person that's going through, also, is another big part of it. It's just a machine that is specifically scanning for codes. Is Marowak gonna faint if I switch out?
Playing a dangerous game over here.
It's fine. Marowak's fine.
Everything's fine.
Marowak's fine. Marowak's just gonna carry the team through the next jam. It's gonna be
Marowak OP. Marowak, God, I'm so happy we got a Marowak.
Marowak is such an underutilized Pokemon. Not to,
That's what I was saying. I don't know. I like to have fun, bringing in different Pokemon that don't always necessarily get to see the light of day. Mind you, we have a Venusaur and a Lapras and a Pidgeot in our squad, but I digress.
Pidgeot is not.
What? What'd you say? What did you say? Huh? What was that? What just came out of your mouth? Say it again.
It's not particularly
Jesus.
overutilized. I wouldn't say that it's a very heavily utilized Pokemon. I would say that Lapras absolutely, Venusaur absolutely, but not Marowak,
Ah.
not Pidgeot, whatever you want to call it.
What?
Whatever I want to call it.
You watch yourself.
That's what I would
Playing a
like to call it.
dangerous game over there.
Oh man, that was a critical.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, this is gonna take a long
I
time.
gotta watch myself. Speaking of cybersecurity, I've already put myself on several watch lists in this conversation.
Within this singular conversation.
With my not so thinly veiled threat. My goodness. No, it's cool. Like I like that, despite us coming together and, bonding over and experiencing Pokemon, these videos have almost sort of turned into like a podcast type, like conversational, I don't know, platform where, I mean, I don't know, I feel like we just kind of like spitball and like roll with, whatever it is and wherever it ends up, just over a Pokemon game. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's very fun to just like have the platform to like just hang out basically, because that's all I'm really looking to do. I'm looking to hang out. I'm looking to play some video games, and I do feel bad about the fact that it's mostly me playing the video game and you watching it, but it's
with no audio.
with no audio. Hopefully in the future we figured that out, but.
No, just my internal audio is more than enough. No, I'm just excited that I get to sit in this chair and celebrate my guy, my boy, the GOAT, Pidgeot. You know what I mean?
Pidgeot, who is poisoned and against one level 29 Weezing took like half health.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is not the place for for Pidgeot, apparently.
Yeah, it's fine.
This route as a child, I would always just pick my starter, and my starter would always either be Charizard or Venusaur, right? And so when it was Venusaur, who cares? You go down this route and you're like, this is kind of annoying because I've got a whole bunch of poison types that I don't have any super effective moves against. Or any even normally effective moves. You're
slow. Yeah, you're slow to level up grass starter, levels up slowly. Yeah.
Right. And I can't really do anything about it. But whatever, that's fine. So it's kind of annoying. It's a little grindy, but you get through it. But as Charizard, I would always just try to like bolt through this whole section without ever healing once, which we've been successful at so far in this particular run. And I would always get poisoned like at least 4 times just on this one route.
Oh yeah.
It's like
I mean that's what it's for. I mean this route is meant to, I think, just be a pain in your butt. I mean it is just free experience, like when you think about it, but I mean as is most of this game. But
well, it's supposed to be like preparation for Fuchsia City, right? Like that's you're gonna go to the Fuchsia Gym, you're gonna face a whole bunch of poison types. Like, let's get you prepared for that. Also, let's make sure that you get a decent amount of EXP in the middle. And in the meantime, please, yes! Oh my god! Versus learning body slam. I need this so much. I almost accidentally clicked on water gun, and that would have really been bad.
Not so good. Wow, mist over growl, huh?
Yeah, mist is actively harmful. Did you know that mist is actively bad for you because it removes badge boosts? Are you familiar with the badge boost?
I did not know that. Glitch? I am familiar with the badge boosts, but I did not know that it removed that buff.
Are you familiar with badge boosts in Gen 1?
If there's something specific to Gen 1, then no.
So Gen 1 is very special in many ways, and one of the ways in which it is special is the badge boost glitch. So you know how when you beat gyms 1, 3, 5, and 7, they say your Pokemon are now stronger in this particular attribute, right?
Yes. Yep.
So that's the standard badge boost. That exists until some point after Gen 3. I think Gen 3 is the last time that they instantiate it. But
that feels right.
Because I don't think that they mention it in Gen 4. I've been recently playing through Pokemon Platinum again, and I don't remember them saying anything. Pokemon Platinum was a great
Without
game.
me,
Well, I've just been doing it on my own.
with
I've actually hit a wall
without
pretty hard at the Elite Four.
you're
But...
doing. Oh,
well, we gotta play this.
I
What do we have to...
I love Pokemon. To be fair, I've been dabbling in Soul Silver, but I think I mentioned that months ago, and I don't think I've touched it since. So, anyways,
but yeah. But so the badge boost glitch, what it is every time your stats are changed, any stat that would be affected by a badge boost gets an extra badge boost. So if you have a
what?
Yeah, so this Leer that just happened, because we have badges 1 and 3, Lapras's defense fell 12.5%, but Lapras's attack was just raised 12.5%, and its defense was raised 12.5% because we have the 3rd gym badge. So that Leer actually did nothing to our defense and raised our attack.
I've said it before, and I'll say it again. This generation of Pokemon is so dumb.
It's so dumb.
So dumb.
It
oh
like
my god.
It doesn't make any sense, but it's a glitch, and it's part of the game.
That is interesting, though. Yeah, wow. There are a few status and stat affecting influences like within like player control in this game that I can't imagine there are many, if any more, that I don't know about. So wow, that's a nice little tidbit to add to the bank.
No, I tried to sing at the fear. This is not good. Flying types are a type that we have issues with.
Yeah, but that's why we have the Lapras.
It's why we have Lapras, but when Lapras is under-leveled, it's kind of a problem. Actually, maybe I can keep Lapras in if the Sphere is just going to Mirror Move and Leer. But
didn't we also talk about, I thought we wanted to teach Marowak an electric type move, no? Like, not Thunder Fang, but Thunder Punch?
Does Marowak learn an electric type move?
I thought it was, because, here we go. Here's me opening up the web browser again. Yeah, I thought that was one of the draws, is that it could learn, I think it was the elemental punches, no? By TM.
If it can learn Thunderbolt, I'm teaching it Thunderbolt.
I don't know if it can learn Thunderbolt, but Thunder Punch would be pretty cool.
Lapras is such a beast. It's actually crazy. Like just its ability. I'm just like thinking about like coverage moves. Like what moves should the Pokemon have? Like Lapras gets Surf, Ice Beam, and Body Slam. Like just by itself. Like and that's so much coverage. That's so much that it can do. Like maybe just have like Sing.
It's crazy.
Or something.
Yeah. Oh, it's like, nuts. Oh, you know what it was? You know what the Marowak, gimmick that that I was really excited about was the double team substitute nonsense.
Yeah.
With Fizzer and Earthquake, and it can learn Ice type moves though. It can learn Ice Beam and Blizzard. Fun fact.
Oh my god. It can learn Ice Beam and. All right, sure.
By the way, I know that you and I have gone back and forth about Seropie and Bulbapedia, but for move sets, Pokemon database has been my go-to. It's super easily navigated as far as move pools and learn sets by generation. It's like just remarkably convenient to flick through a tab or a series of tabs by generation, and it's very clearly distinguished, like level up, HM, TM, love this site specifically for that. But tell me everything about your Gen 4 team, please. I'm so excited that you're playing Platinum.
Okay, I've never heard of Pokemon database.
That was like a little bit of whiplash, but like I'm so excited.
I've never heard of Pokemon Database, but I'll have to look for it. Um,
It's there.
it's there. So
Sponsor us.
so I was thinking about the fact that I probably won't end up using Empoleon in these playthroughs. So I wanted to use Empoleon because Empoleon is the only water type starter. Actually, I might end up using it. I don't know. God, Empoleon is the only water type starter that I like.
Empoleon's a really cool Pokemon.
It's the only one.
Whoa! You hating on my boy Mudkip?
Yes.
Get out of here.
Mudkip?
Mind you, all 3 of the Gen 3 Pokemon, the Gen 3 starter Pokemon are goated. All 3 of them. But Mudkip is my boy.
Mudkip is the most OP thing that I've ever seen in any game. It is name another starter that is anywhere near as OP as Mudkip.
As far as just like first stage evolutions?
As far as like
Or,
like viability throughout the game. Like you can solo that whole game with Swampert. Not even.
That's true.
Not even close. You can't do that with either of the other 2. Not that I haven't done it, but it's way harder.
You can do it with Blaziken.
You can try with Sceptile.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I think Sceptile would definitely be the hardest. I'm almost positive it's been done.
Definitely.
But yeah, no, Blaziken is. I don't know if it's still on like the banned list as far as like competitive battling, but that Pokemon was banned for, I mean, at least a decade.
What? It was
on
like confined. It was banned. It wasn't like confined to OU. It was banned.
Banned or OU, depending on like a lot of tournaments, like because it was just like clapping legendary Pokemon. It was, outspeeding and with the crazy attack stat that it had. I mean, throw high jump kick on that bad boy and just let it ride.
Was this Mega Blaziken?
No, this was OG Blaziken.
This was just regular Blaziken. Cool. Okay.
Just cracked. An absolute terror.
I mean, firefighting is an excellent combination of types. It's a shame that they did it 3 times in a row and made the best one the first one. But
yeah, I don't know. They Pokemon loves to make a like a very fast firefighting type Pokemon.
And like no shade to Infernape, lots of shade to Emboar. But like no shade to Infernape.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean Infernape's fine. Infernape is just kind of generic. And coming right after, I think people would have a lot more respect for Infernape if it didn't come right after Blaziken.
Yes.
But also, yeah, they did it, I think most recently with Score Bunny.
Yeah, I forgot that Cinderace is a fighting type.
Oh, yeah.
Which, like, but that's fine, because it was... What? It was 3 generations later?
Libero, right? Yeah, immediately before using any move, Pokemon with Libero has its ability will change its type to be the same type as the move it's using. So with that ability, every move it uses is stab. It's already remarkably fast, and then you just give it a whole bunch of physical moves, and you just go nuts.
That's actually amazing.
It has a speed stat of 119 and an attack stat of 116. It is a glass cannon. It has garbage special attack. Its defense isn't even terrible. Its defense and special defense are 75. Its HP is 80, which are both average or maybe slightly above average.
It's not slightly below average?
But yeah.
Well, I guess first...
No.
I don't know.
Yeah.